And to shed more light on the latest developments and the expected visit of Donald Trump to the region to cement the ceasefire and to put an end to the chaotic situation which resulted from the Israeli genocide war in Gaza for 2 years, we are very much delighted to have with us Dr. Walid Phares, former foreign policy advisor to American President Donald Trump. Hello, sir.
Hello, and thank you for having me.
Thank you, sir. Sir, American President Donald Trump, along with his special envoy to the Middle East, along with his Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, they all hailed the Egyptian mediation and Egyptian efforts to end the Israeli genocide war in Gaza. But there are 20 points in Trump's plan. How do you see the difficulties facing the first and second phase of this map?
Absolutely. Actually, President Trump advanced his plan of 20 points, and you can see 3 blocks in those 20 points. The block number 1, I call it the bridge to cross, is what is supposed to happen between now and Tuesday. On the one hand, withdrawal or a small withdrawal by the Israelis from the lines of contact closer to the border. Second point, very important, and that would determine the whole chapter 1, is Hamas to release the hostages and whatever measures to be taken to ensure that Hamas is releasing and Israel is withdrawing. It has one challenge, and the challenge is, and it was not even written, who will take care of the space withdrawn by Israel between Israel and Hamas? Is there a force, an Arab force, an Egyptian, a European, an American? That has not been clarified. So that is the first challenge. Second package is basically that Israel will completely withdraw, will guarantee of non-return unless there is a conflict where Israel believes they have been attacked. But other than that, they will stay behind the borders. On the other hand, Hamas has pledged to disarm and to give power to a Palestinian international Arab authority. That is very challenging because we have no details about it. But pretty much the 2 scenarios are moving forward.
Dr. Walid, there are fears on the Palestinian side that Israel may not stick to the ceasefire as it used to do before, and that they asked for American guarantees. Has President Donald Trump given them any guarantees?
Yes, according to the reports, obviously with the visits of his envoys, especially in Egypt, his envoys who met with Arab leaders, who actually are part of the guarantees. The Arab coalition is part of the guarantees for that scenario. And President Trump himself has at multiple times stated that he would like to see Israel withdrawing and waiting for American guarantees that no attack will be waged against them. But in return, the Israelis also have pledged to President Trump that they would not initiate. They use the term initiate, meaning they won't be the first ones to do it. The issue here is what security system will be in Gaza after Israeli withdrawal. And the idea here is that slowly but surely, a combination of Arab, that could be Egypt, UAE, Saudi, others, and American, and maybe with them some Europeans, will create a space between the Israeli lines and what remains from Hamas. Question is, what kind of force will go there? What kind of force will eventually remit the weapons of Hamas and then bring in?
But I'm sorry for interruption, but has the American President Donald Trump given any written guarantees to the Palestinians?
I am not sure if he orally or in a written form told the Palestinians. And here we have an issue. The Palestinians are now 2. You have the Palestinian Authority, which should be part of all of this, recognized. And then you have Hamas. Now, a president of the United States, in order to engage with Hamas, he needs, number 1, to remove Hamas from the terror list, as what happened in Syria, because he cannot sign on a document, he or his Secretary of State, with an organization that is, in America, put on that terror list. So what could happen is that the president and his cabinet will have the agreement under Arab European international sponsorship And if Hamas is replaced by the Palestinian Authority, which is the only outcome, I mean, there will be no other outcome than having a new Palestinian trained force, most likely between Egypt and the UAE and others, that would come back and then deploy. The president gave guarantees that he will stop any war. He cannot, and he couldn't give a guarantee to Hamas. He could give it to the Palestinian Authority if he decides so.
Dr. Walid, reaching a ceasefire, putting an end to the war is a great achievement in itself. But do you think, sir, that it's too early to say that this deal or this ceasefire can be the very first step in a long journey to reach lasting peace? Or, as I said, it's too early to say so?
I agree with you. I mean, I know there is kind of a fever in America among the analysts and the commentators that this is the beginning of a new historical era, that peace is here, reconstruction is after tomorrow. That's the wish. That's the plan. And really, it depends on the first part, that is between today and Wednesday or today and Tuesday. If Israelis withdraw, hostages are released, and immediately security measures are taken for a new authority in Gaza under Arab International Authority, they are going to be recruiting Palestinian leaders, new Palestinian leaders. And Hamas has said, well, if there is a technocratic cabinet, I will accept that. But these are many challenging matters. So I am, cautious in saying this is certainly the beginning of the end, but I am sure that there is an initiative and strength put by President Trump to have the process move forward. Nobody can guarantee anything at this point in time, especially in the Middle East.
Let's cross our fingers that tomorrow is going to be a better day and the Middle East is going finally to enjoy peace and security. We were very much delighted to have with us live from Washington Dr. Walid Phares, former foreign policy advisor to American President Donald